Well, good morning. The stream will be starting in just a few moments, so please wait. Today we'll be doing some more Yquest, which is my little Z80 game we've been writing over the last few weeks. We'll be trying to add some sound to it today and maybe trying to get those levels coded up, which is sort of outstanding. Just waiting for my morning coffee to boil. I don't know if you can hear the kettle in the background, but it's of course something very important if we're going to be doing any programming. So that's generally the plan. Of course, if you're new to these streams, I do 2 streams a week. There's this stream, which is 5 AM Japan time, and there's another one on a Saturday, which is at 6 PM. So at the opposite end of the day, depending on your time zone. And in that one, we just do some games. We play on real hardware. The Sega Master System, the Japanese version, the Mark III, as it's called. So if that sounds interesting to you, please join in for that stream. Yeah, so we have 2 streams. We have this very light programming stream, which is kind of a very easy listening kind of thing, and we have the gaming stream, which is a little less controlled, shall we say. So just pick whichever stream is more appropriate for the kind of viewing you want to have. So let's see what time it is. We've got a few minutes left, so we won't start just yet. So this week I've been working on planning new tutorials for the future. I'm currently doing 3 tutorials a week at the moment. Hello Mark. It's not a good brew. It's just some cheap crappy coffee. I don't buy expensive coffee here, but it's not ready yet anyway. But we're doing some MIPS programming. I'm doing a RISC-V tutorial series hopefully this year, in the next few months maybe, and I wanted to look at MIPS, and MIPS is almost identical to RISC-V, so I've actually converted all of my existing tutorials from MIPS for a simulator called Mars, but I think it's going to be best to hold off on that until next year, because if I do more research I will be able to do that series not on a simulator but on the PlayStation and N64, which I think will be far more impressive, but they're quite complicated, so some research will be needed for that. So that's what I'm going to do. In the meantime though, hopefully I'm going to be able to book some holiday off in March, at the end of March, and my plan is to do a new tutorial series. I think on the TMS 9900. I know that's not going to be a massively popular system, but it's very much a fire and forget system in that it's only the TI 99 4A that I'm planning to cover for that. So it'll be probably 4 or 5 episodes of tutorials on the processor, and then a few episodes on doing simple things with the hardware, and then we'll just move on and we'll never mention it again. So I can do that quickly and just get it over and done with and forget about it, whereas a system which would be much bigger, like the 6809 or the 65816, which I know will be more popular, I need to do a lot more work to get ready for that. Like on the 6809 I want to cover the Vectrex, and I've done no real research on that yet, and on the 65816, that's a system that a lot of people are interested in, so I need to make sure I'm sort of on my game for that one, so I need more time to prepare the tutorials and things, and I can't do that in 3 days, so that's why I'm doing a smaller system in a short break, and the bigger systems that people are going to really want to be interested in, I need more time to prepare for those, so they'll be much later in the year or next year, just depending on when I can get enough time to do those systems justice. Now, I'm just going to go and get my coffee. I'll be back in just a moment. I apologise for that. I now have coffee, so we can begin the programming stream. Here we go. Okay, so hello there, Lord Shiograth. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe not. Yo ho ho, indeed. But we don't have any bottles of rum. We just have cups of coffee. So anyway, though, we will try and program all the same. So here we go. We've got our Yquest here, and let's just fire it up and see what the state of play was last time. for the people who are joining in for the first time this week, why have we got a high score? I've just started the game for the first time. Okay, well, we won't ask too many questions there. Oh, that's the, yeah, I'm forgetting, that's the enemy, it's the crystals here we want to pick up. So we've got much faster graphics now, we've got our crystals, we've got a level number, we've got a score, the high score apparently starting not at 0, don't know why that is. But anyway, we've got a game. We've got a game that looks half serviceable. You've got it right. Never played Elder Scrolls. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'm afraid. Sorry, I apologise. I don't do a lot of gaming anymore. I spend all my time programming, unfortunately. So yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's a character from that. I apologise for my ignorance there. Anyway, so what we're going to do? Well, what we're going to do is I just noticed I've set the latency wrong on this stream, so I'm about 10 seconds behind rather than the usual 5 on the chat. I apologise for that, but it's a bit of a rush these morning streams, you know. It's kind of have to get out of bed, get the computer set up. Today one of the USB keyboard didn't work, to reset that, get connected to the software, announce that yeah, fair comment, Louis sheer graph. Fair enough, I can't complain about that. I'm sure there's far better programmers who are far more capable of their Elder Scrolls trivia. Hello, Gendredge, another one I'm struggling to pronounce. I struggle to pronounce everything. I'm English. English people can only pronounce English, and even then, different areas of the country argue on how that should be pronounced. So. Right, well, I need to figure out why the high score is not starting at 0. That would be quite interesting, but we'll worry about that another day for now. We need to get the sound driver in. Where's our... Now we're going to use Chibi Sound. Now, for those not familiar with it, Chibi Sound is a very simple beeps and boops sound driver, which I wrote for Zzzz Z80, and I covered in my tutorials. It just takes a single byte. It can make high or low volume sounds that can be noisy or not, and it can make a pitch from 0 to 63. So in a case like this, where we want to be able to make a game that's hopefully going to be multi-platform in the end, that's the sort of plan for it. We need some kind of solution to make sounds quickly and easily. So Chibi Sound is what we're going to use. If we do, no, we don't need that bit. We will try and do it on the Spectrum. At the moment, we're just doing the CPC, but the plan is to port to other systems later on. I can't make any comment on how that's going to go. I'm hoping it'll go, but you know, depending on other commitments, depending on, you know, other things, maybe the plan will be changed. We'll just have to see. It's all, you know, it's everything's always competing with everything else. You know, with something like this, it would be nice if I could do everything, but I don't have infinite time, so I can't. As I say, my current plan is to try and port this to pretty much all of the Z80 systems, and then who knows, later on maybe we'll port to other systems as well, like the 6502 and the 68000 ones. I really can't say at this point. So okay, so there we go. So that's the byte sound that's currently being played. We need a notepad up here, so that I can track what we're set, what we're going to do. I keep notes in my notepad, little bits of little scraps of code that I need to copy paste around later on. Now let's just have a look at that, where it's getting that high score from. Hello there, Robert Ali. Very kind of you to join me. Join us. Sorry, that's not the right word there. Very kind of you to join us. We're looking at this Yquest again. I'm just wondering why my score is starting not at 0. Bit of a surprise, you know. It's quite nice to have somehow achieved some high score when we've not played at all yet, but it does imply it says 232. Why would that be 232? That's the question. Mystery 232. Right, there's the code. Don't think. Well, I wonder why that would be. Very strange. It's a bit worrying. The high score is 232. Now, of course, we can go to the stage of putting memory breakpoints on and things if we need. I would hope we could avoid it, but okay, well, I'm a bit worried about that, because it's just if the memory's getting corrupted, then who knows what else is going wrong. Here are the possibilities. I've just forgotten how this code works and I'm using it slightly wrong. This BCD show, let's have a look at it in the code for Grime Z80, because we used it before in that. So yeah, DE BCD show. DE B4 BCD show. Okay, so let's just put a breakpoint here. And do call on 200. So DE is 245D. So then if we, let's just move our windows so everyone can see the action here. So this is our memory down here, and if we just go to and then paste in that address, it's all zeros. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's just added, so it's now showing to the other end of the okay, I think I know what might be going on here. I think we're corrupting some RAM here. Yeah, okay, so I think the problem is I've got these new text printing routines for printchar. I'm now using sprites, and I think they're corrupting some registers that would normally be being protected. So let's just put some there we go, that looks a bit more like it. So yeah, Now for safety, you know, I'm not sure if I need to protect BC as well, but I'm you know, I don't want to be having any trouble. So we'll protect BC as well. So there we go. So I think that's going to solve that problem. And then just thinking, it takes a while. I do apologise. I'm thinking does take some time sometimes. So we need to do our playing SFX here. And then once we've done that, we want to reset it. So we do XOR A and load player SFX for 0 here. So this is this code here is the code for the player firing a bullet here, just here. So what we'll do here is we will load in A with I can't remember how my own code works here. So that's the noise bit, that's the volume bit, and then these are the pitch bits. And I think maybe 63 was the highest pitch. I can't remember. So we're going to load the playing SFX with a high pitched beep here. I forgot to clear that breakpoint. Okay, now see how this works. See if my volume levels are accepted. Oh dear, it's a bit loud. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys. It felt a bit loud to me. No, I can't move. Oh, it's just the focus. Okay. So just a moment. Hang on a minute. Sorry, just. I'm viewing my live stream on my phone and also the preview window of YouTube, but the preview window of YouTube, the administrator window is actually behind the phone, which looks ridiculous. It's like, well, how's that possible? And they both say they're live, so obviously not. Anyway, where were we? So okay, so that's I'm clearly wrong. So I need to change this 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. Okay. What's all those clicks for? I wasn't expecting the clicks. I don't know why we're getting clicks. Yeah, I'm just wondering if the code was more advanced before, but it wasn't. Well, I'm getting clicks this time. I don't know why. That's a bit weird. Anyway, we won't worry about that just at this moment. We'll and I might need to put some code that makes sure if the sound has been 0 for 2 ticks, it doesn't do any more sound effects. Might just be the muting effect of the of chibi sound maybe, but we can always work around that if it becomes a problem. If anyone has any feedback on the volume level of this stream, just let me know and I'll turn it up a little bit. Because I say I've got headphones plugged straight into my computer, so I don't, it's a bit loud for me, so I turned it down a little bit. But if it's if it's too quiet for you guys, just let me know and I'll correct that. Spare me a moment. I'll just have a. Sorry, I said tea, coffee. Same thing. Anything with caffeine in will count at this time in the morning. Okay, so we've got our beeping now. Okay, so we've got our playing guess effects here. And our call to tubey sound here. And we want I want to find the player dead animation. Right, just here. Okay. So this. Okay, sprite frame here. So that's drawing the player there. So there, we're converting it to loud noise, and then if we do a call to tubey sound here, and if we just do a call, start our program up here. Really annoys me those. I wish they'd. I've got to figure out where it is. There it is. I'm not sure if that's the sound I want or not. It's a bit freaky. Let's have a look and see that code there. Yeah, that'll do okay. Remember, I just need to keep an ear out and just see how this sounds on your system. Can you not hear it? If you can't hear the sound, let me know. As I say, it's very difficult to concentrate on how it sounds to me and how it sounds to you. I thought you should be able to hear that, but maybe you can't. Turn it up. As I say, it's it's difficult for me to quite work that out. Anyway, okay. Anyway, let's have a look. Give a go there. So we've got that. We need to save our work. I think that's important. Let's save our work. Okay, what I'm going to do next then is to have a look at our sprites, because this difficulty level we don't want any enemies that shoot but we want to start looking at some more complex enemies. Now I can't remember where we got to with our sprites. We've got Yquest sprite editor here, and if we load our recent Yquest sprites, we've got these here. Now how did we get on? Okay, so we're not really finished there. Well, we'll leave that. So this is our bog basic enemy, this is our faster enemy, this toothy monster here. Maybe we can make that one shoot. Okay, so let's go down to our level definitions. Where are they? Level map, level 1. There's level 1. And let's define level 2. So this level 2, and we'll start from level 2 just so we can test it. So this level 2, we will have one enemy, let's have 2 enemies of level of enemy 4. And if we just do call of that, let's see, there we go. So there we go. Now we've got 3 of the slow enemies again, but now we've got 2 of the fast enemies. They are very fast. Okay, let's just change that. Let's change that to having one of that and 4 of the first enemy again. I think that will give a nice graduation of difficulty there. Now, why is the crystal showing as 34? That's my next question, because it should be 15. Yeah, okay, I'm just excuse me, I'm just having a look here. Yeah, sorry, I do apologise for the dead air here. It's just very hard to, it's quite easy to talk complete nonsense without particularly thinking about it, and it's quite easy to talk about what you're doing as you're doing it, but when you're trying to think about what you need to do next, it's very hard to actually say something particularly exciting while you're doing it. So I do apologise if occasionally there's silence and extended pauses of me just staring at the screen. It's certainly not something. Just a few more, and the crystal is an answer to the life, the universe, and everything. It might be the answer to why the program crashes, because it's completely wrong at the moment. It should be 34, but yeah, I know what you mean. Need a 42, don't we? Okay, I think it was just because I started coding in the level map code, and I forgot to load it to change the code that loaded in the crystals. There we go. I think that's right now. So we've got 15 crystals as our requirement there. Oh, the shame. Okay, so that's there's our crystal hit there. Now, so what I need to do next is I need to find the code that actually draws that actually has the enemy rules, because I need to define more enemy types here. I can't remember where it is. I think there's the collision code. I'm glad you can hear it. I say I've got my headphone in, but I can't really hear the sound effects. I want them to be a bit low because I don't want them to be like annoying. But they're okay on the games, but I just can't hear them in the live stream. But anyway, collision. Now, essentially, I'm kind of getting to the point. Hello there, Quasar, Sam Coupe. Very kind of you to join me today. I mean, for your reference, I am planning to port this to the Sam Coupe and hopefully all of the other systems, with the exception of the TIE calculator and the computer's links. The reason being, I had some amusement porting things to calculators, but it feels a bit like self-punishment because the requirements are so odd on that system compared to the others. And the computer's links, Grime Z80 doesn't work on that system, I'm told. I don't have the machine. The emulators don't accurately represent the limitations of the hardware, and I can't work out what's wrong with the code. So I don't want to spend time. Hello HH, very kindly to join me. I'm not going to port to the computer's links because if I did, it wouldn't work. I don't know how to fix it. So I'm drawing a blank there. So as I say, I'm not going to. I don't plan at this time to do any more computer's links work because, as I say, without the emulator accurately representing the limitations of the hardware to the extent that I can code without the real hardware, I'm just writing games that don't work on the machine at the moment. So, as I say, I'm just gonna step away from that for now. If the emulator was upgraded, then maybe I would look at it again. But right now, it just feels like a inappropriate use of time. You know, I'm sure there are cases where my code doesn't work on real hardware, but to knowingly create code that categorically doesn't work on the real hardware doesn't feel like a constructive thing to do. So yeah, as I say, but my hope is that I can port to all of the other Z80 based systems that I cover, so the Sam Coupe, the Spectrum, Master System, Game Boy, you know, that kind of thing. But it's all time constraints, so I can't promise anything. All I can say is that's my intention. Anyway, so I need to find the code that that handles the movement and firing. I can't remember where it is. I can't remember. Okay. Player fire bullet, enemy fire bullet. Let's have a look for this. Okay, so here we go. So here's programs 1 and 2. So we want a program. Let's just put that in my clipboard for a moment. I just need to remind myself how this is all working. Okay, so we've got an enemy 2 here. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so that's mapping to this. Sorry, I apologise. So enemy 2. These numbers don't match up. What's going on? So just bear with me. I apologise. I've just got to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so mine is number 3. too early for this kind of concentration. Let's put that in the clipboard. So we're starting on level 2 now. Okay, so that's all messed up. That's not right at all. Okay, I don't know why it's all messed up. Yeah, let's just try this one. Hang on a minute. Okay. Hang on a minute, what's going on? I didn't need that blast in my ear there. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, so something's going seriously wrong here, because according to my level map, if I just do a core 120 here, okay, I think I've wrecked my code somewhere. I don't know what's going on. Oh, so tired. Okay, so let's just start again. So we want purple. We want 3 slow purples. We want 3 crystals. And then we want 10 mines. I can't even remember if I got those the right way around. There we go. That's what it should look like. I don't know how that level code got messed up there, but it did. So okay, so let's start with that as the template for this one. But this time we're going to have one of enemy 4. Hello there, Polter. Very kind of you to join me. We're doing some coding here. Doesn't look like it's worked, which is a shame. Okay, so no, hang on a minute. That should be a 3 there. That should be a 3. Fast blue. There we go. We've got a fast blue now. That's right. That's what we expected there. And I did want a 4th. Got to get these. Excuse me. These numbers are all wrong. So 3 is a fast. So this is a slow purple. Number 2 is crystals. This is mines. Okay. Okay, so in this one we've got a fast delete, and let's create a toothy. So the program is going to be program 3, and the acceleration is going to be slow. Okay, so there we go, we're on track. It's working on this program once a week is not enough. Yeah, you get there next week and you're like, I can't remember how my program works. I can't remember which functions do what and things. It's very frustrating. I mean, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. But that was the advantage of doing Grimes Z80 over 7 days. You didn't have time to forget anything, so you were able to produce a lot of code very efficiently. But with this, it's the opposite. I'm doing 2 hours a week, and it's like, how does the program work? Does the collision detection get done by the sprite routine, or does it get done in a separate routine? I can't remember how anything happens. So sometimes, unfortunately, things get a little bit muddled sometimes. So I do apologise about that. So. Just slightly concerned there. That routine had the enemy fire bullet on program 1, but I didn't see any bullets. Why if it's supposed to be firing bullets, why weren't we seeing bullets? That's just another bug we're going to have to deal with, I guess. I guess there's a bug there. Okay. So my definition's obviously wrong here. Okay, so this is not sprite 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's number 8. Number these all up so it doesn't get confusing, or any more confusing. It's a bit confusing, unfortunately. Zero. So there's our toothy. No sign of any kind of retaliation from old Toothy though. I don't know, Mark. I need to spend time looking at that. I think it didn't do it on Grimes Z80, but I'm running on a different PC this time, so it's possible that that we're working oddly with the sound card of this machine. What I'll probably do is I'll do a check, and if there's two 2 commands in succession that are silence, I will only apply the first one. But it's not a priority at the moment, Mark. I'm more worried about why my enemies aren't firing, to be fair. So we'll worry about it at some other time. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My program code isn't, my programs aren't being applied at all. They're all 0. I hadn't noticed, but then the direction of the enemies isn't randomizing, so I think my level map code is malfunctioning here. A lot of trouble today. It's unfortunately the way it sometimes is. So we're loading the level map address in there. I guess it's something wrong with this part of the code here. Oh, stop maximizing. Okay. So we're loading in the sprite number here. And storing that. And then we're loading in what should be the program. We're storing that. Well, that looks like it's going okay. So why are all our programs getting lost then? Our programs, those enemies don't have programs, otherwise they'd be shooting and they'd be changing their directions. So the programs are not getting defined correctly, or they're getting reset or something like that. Okay. I get it. All the enemy programs are 0. It's the only explanation for why that breakpoint didn't fire. I don't know what's happened. I don't get it. mean, I thought this worked last week. I don't know what's gone wrong. 0, 1, 2, so that should be the program there. Okay, let's just try an experiment here. Let's just try setting this to 3. Maybe they're being loaded in backwards. Okay, I think I'm loading them in the wrong way round. I don't get it. Just bear with me a moment. I just got to figure out what's going on. What's wrong with it? An old toothy went off the screen. Well, that's the collision detection. So I guess that's right. But why is the program not working? Where all the programs are being defined as 0, which isn't right. I don't get that. I don't get it at all. These are byte definitions here. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. That should be an O. The definitions, the offsets are different, so that should be an O. That's why it's not working right. It's not writing to the correct memory location. I don't know what it is writing. Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, it's. It's just a little bug. There we go. That's what we expected to see. It's getting crazy. He's out of control. Old Toothy's out of control. So we're going to make 2 random numbers here. We're going to have 1 for the probability of firing. So basically all of our enemies are going to be he's firing, he's not changing direction. He's not changing direction. Okay, well we can maybe have a look at that. I wonder why he's not changing direction. Oh, I know why. It's because I've not got to jump to a new direction. You got me, you got me. Okay. Now, one thing I'm thinking is maybe the enemy fire needs to be slower. There we go. That feels. I think we need. Yeah, I think we need that. The enemy bullets are bigger, so we can justify that as the reason why they're. But we don't want to give the player any more of a challenge than they've already got. So let's give them the benefit of the enemy bullets being just a little bit slower than them. Okay, so we've got 3 enemy types now. Okay, so I think what we need to do next is we need to make this level transition work. So let's find our level definitions here. Levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Going to be level 3. We've got a toothy on that. Level 2. And level 1. Let's just change that to 3 for now. It's probably too low. We'll change it to 3 for now. Let's give it to the beanie. I don't. Is that the sound effect it makes, you think? Yeah, it needs to sound a bit like that. Okay. So next what we need to do is we need to change the crystal code to check when the crystals reach 0. And okay. So if we've picked up all of the crystals, we need to move to the next level. That's what we need to do. It's not correct. It's not JMP, it's JP. I was looking at TMS 990 the other day, and 9900, sorry, and it's got a jump and a branch command, but they're the other way around to 6502. Jump is the short distance command, and branch is the long distance command. What sense does that make? That's just that kind of behaviour is just around there to annoy people, if you ask me. Anyway, it's just a small gripe. The sound works great. Well, we do need to resolve that clicking issue. But anyway, sorry, I'm being distracted. We need to pick up crystals. Also resolve my terrible gameplay, but that's another subject. Oh, and the game's crashed. Oh no, it did it? No, it didn't. It just took a long time. Okay. Well, if it's going to take a long time, I think we need to put level complete on the screen. Now we have noise. Okay. So if we put in here, I don't know why I've never heard this before, but anyway, so if we update playing SFX2, yeah, I can do that. Polter, it's just another thing for the to-do list. No sound. So if the current sound and the last sound are the same, we're not going to update the sound at all. Just do that there. I think that's right. Yeah. That'll mute the sound on startup. Well, that's not worked very well, has it? Okay, well that's quite substantially not worked at all. Okay. So we're loading in the current playing sound. We're comparing to the last playing sound, and if they're the same, we're skipping over. Otherwise, we're updating the last playing sound. And we're silencing the sound. I can't see what the problem is. There we go, that's fixed it. So there's no clicking now. Another go. It's worked. I've done that. Drop me joypad. That's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what's wrong. There we go. Okay, so we have sound. What we need next is we need let's just win this level again because it took a long time. So that's why it's recalculating the next level, I think. That's an incredible amount of time. What's going on? Oh, it's waiting. It's waiting for me to fire. I've used the wrong command. I thought that was waiting for fire to be released. Okay, so that's okay. We can just take away that. Yeah, okay. So we'll just take that out. I misunderstood. I thought it was a debounce, but it's not. Okay. Okay. So crystal. Gotta get used to these controls. It's a bit. The controls are a bit weird. I know it's not. I'll be honest. I'm not particularly. It's not really a massive priority how playable this game is. Ironically, the point was to make a simple game, not to make an amazingly enjoyable game. Of course, the original was mouse controlled, so you know, without the same controller, the gameplay would never be the same. I will change the rules a little bit. I will once the game's finished, I'll play it offline and I will try and try some different settings and tweak things and make a few other changes and things just to try and balance any perceived limitations that need to be corrected. But 623 over here. Okay, so we've managed to create one extra enemy. We've got the sound working. We've got the level progression nearly finished. So we need to make the enemy make a sound when the enemy fires. That's going to be give that a go. Okay, so we need to get our crystals here. We need to not lose control of our player. We need to move more subtly. Subtle movement, subtle movement, subtle movement. Can we manage subtle movement? No, apparently we cannot. There we go, level complete. Now that needs to be moved across another 3 characters, I think. Okay, well we can do that. Is it in the middle vertically? Let's move it up one. I think it is, but I think it'd be nice a bit higher. Okay, so that's our level complete message, and then we press fire and we're on to the next level. There we go. And now we've got our okay, so our level progression is working. I'm going to start the game at level 3 though, because I want to test old Toothy again. And sort out old Toothy. There's Toothy. So here, what I want to do is I want to make a sound effect. So we're going to do load A with something like and then load play and get effects. So what we're doing here is we're defining that whenever the enemy shoots, it's going to make a small beep. Yeah, and we also want to do that on the crystal as well. If I can spell crystal this time in the morning, anything seems like a challenge. I won't lie. Okay, so this is where the player's got the crystals, so we'll make a small mid beep, I think. Let's try that. Oh. And there's a jump out of range, so we need to change that to a JP, because I'm in no intention of doing any optimization on this code today, well ever, today, ever. Okay. Okay, well that does seem to be working then. Old Toothy's out of control there, and that enemy just went off the screen. I think his collision detection is maybe a bit off. I'll have to have a look at that. He may be moving so fast he's able to bounce past the collision detection. Okay, anyway, where are we? So it's half past. So we got sounds, we got level progression, we got Toothy, we got enemy firing. Right, I think we got everything. Okay, what we need to do now is we need to save our work. we need to back up our work because we don't want to lose it, or I will go completely insane, which some might say isn't much of a difference, but they're very rude, so we'll ignore them. We'll back up today's work, and then we'll do some artwork, and we'll draw the remaining characters. Where's my backup hard drive? Here it is. Just making a copy now. So 25 kilobytes of glorious code there. It's Rob, I mean, I think it's nearly done. All we're going to do now is probably just get the rest of the enemies in the game. So we're up to Toothy, we got Snaky, we got Jellyfish, got Wavy Hand Block, we've got the enemy that must not be mentioned after last week, we got Three Eyes, we got this duo blob, and we got this gassy thing down here. So we're going to animate these. We'll give them all different gameplay mechanics, and we'll define up a dozen levels or so, and then I will spend a day or so off stream, just playing it, going over the code, looking for any bugs, and then we'll start writing the tutorials on it, really, I think, and porting it to other systems on. We'll probably port it to the other systems on live stream, I think. See how that goes. Possibly quite badly, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah, that's my sort of plan. You know, lots more Yquest will be coming. But as I say, so there we go. So we need to just make a few little changes to these guys here. If you're interested in this sprite editor, by the way, there's a tutorial series coming up on the sprite editor itself. The sprite editor is of course free and open source, but you know, it's changed quite a bit over the years, and you know, it's just explaining some of the function of it, just to try and help people out who may be interested in using it. Of course, if you're not, that's absolutely fine as well. It's not. I'm not trying to make any claims that it's some amazing thing. It's just what I have, what I wrote. So if it helps you, then great. If you've got better things, just as great. You know, use whatever you. Use whatever you feel suits you the best. That's the name of the game. So just kind of give him a bit of variation. These little weird characters, in a bit of variation in their limited expressions. You know, we've only got a few pixels here. We can't do lip syncing or anything. You know, we just got a little bit of face movement or eye movement or whatever we can do. I don't think that works. Let's take that. I'm not quite sure what that colour change would be, so let's take that out. Okay, what I'm going to do here, let's use this tile copy function. Tile copy is copies an 8x8 chunk. It's designed for drawing tile maps, but it's also quite handy for this, where we want to copy a small area of the screen, because I didn't mean to do that. So you know, in this case we've got we need to, fortunately I don't, we could do with some flipping route. I'm thinking about it. If I had a flip option on here, that'd be really quite handy for this. We don't have one, so we'll have to use Kryto. It takes a little time to load, so let's start Kryto up now, and then it'll be ready for us later on. That's there. It didn't take. Oh dear. Forgotten to change back to pixel paint mode. Gonna move. This one's supposed to be kind of a gas, so we just need to move the pixels around a bit to give it a bit of a feel of that within our terrible low resolution limitations here. But I think we can pull something off. That'll do. Waving his arms and looking around, trying to start a fight probably. Okay, so let's do a tile copy here. So the only one I think that needs some work now is old Snakey. Old Snakey here. It needs some work. So banks and my sprites mixed up. So if we copy that one there, and then go to here and paste it, yeah, we need to flip that one over, and also this one. So if we just do a Control C here, and then we go to our other screen here, and we just paste this in. So all I want to do is that one and that one. Mirror layer horizontally. Control A, Control V. Oh, no, Control Shift C over to our other screen. Control V. There we go. So all we've done there is we've flipped over old Snakey and the duo thing that looks a little bit like a Pokemon. Wasn't supposed to. I just thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be a bit funny if we had a character that was two characters within an 8x8 section. But I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so we need to do the same again for this frame. Okay, so if we just select this area here and select this area here. I've selected too much. How do I remove a selection? Selected too little. There we go. And then layer, transform. I'm on the wrong screen. So I need to switch my screens over, so then do Control Shift C over to here, Control Shift V, and that's flipped them over. So okay. So if we do a save of that. Now, the only other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to change the title screen, because I got that whole wibbly thing, and I wanted to, it was made out of its own character, which wasn't ideal, so we can now change that and we can maybe do something a little bit better. So if we do an file, save raw 8x8 tiles, if we go to the to the list view here, and this is Yquest 1 here. Next bank. we've just got to save all 4 banks separately. I'm afraid there's no automation for saving multiple banks. It's not something I do often enough to justify it, and depending on how you're working with your sprites and things, you may want to use different options. So it's not been a priority for me, I'm afraid, which I don't know, maybe I should have done, but I have not. Okay, so here's our tile map, and okay, yeah, okay. So I want to change that rabbit guy to be a different tile number, and I think I want it to be, instead of tile number 1, I want it to be tile number 15. This thing down here. So we've saved this. So if I just do a load recent Yquest, reload, yes. No, that's the wrong one. Load recent. Yquest logo. That's what we want. There we go. And I want to change to color 15. So if I just set palette here and change this color to something easily noticeable, like this here, and then we do flood fill. I've selected the color. To turn that off. Select the color, flood fill, flood fill, flood fill, and then file, resave. And then if we go to, as I said before, the trick is here that Yquest Sprite Editor uses CSV for its data. So if we go to res all sprites, and we open Yquest logo here, we don't want color selectors. Just go down from all the 255 color selectors. Here we just need to copy this and put some dBs at the start. I didn't delete all the lines. Is that colour 14? Have I used the wrong colour? Oh, we can do a search replace, fix that, that's no problem. Maybe it'll look better. I can't off the top of my head remember which one. Was 14 the kind of tall, thin thing? Okay, so that looks a bit weird. That doesn't look good at all. I can fix it though. I'm not going to bother re-exporting. We'll just take that, we'll just put it into a notepad, and we'll do a replace with 14 with 15, replace all, and then we'll just take a copy and we'll just paste it, and we'll just run again. There we go. There we go. That's a thing. Now the only thing that I'm wondering is, do we have a better sprite for the quest word? Let's see what we got. What other options have we got? Because we might have something better now. I wonder how old Toothy would look. Old Toothy might look okay. I'm just thinking what kind of thing we're going to go for, we want to go for here. I guess we want to I don't know. Let's Let's give toothy a go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we want to replace sprite 1 with what, sprite 8. And if we just paste that in here. The squid. Oh dear. Oh, why did only half of them get changed? The squid. Maybe. We certainly want them all to change. Toothy looks quite green. That kind of has it. The Y kind of has a yellow look. Let's just finish the toothy job first, and let's just see how toothy looks. I am wondering about changing the crystals that make up the Y though, so we might try the squid for that as well. Maybe that'll look good there. Yeah, okay. I quite like toothy there. Let's try the squid doing the Y. Which number's the squid? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So if we do a replace of 2 with 10, yeah, okay, we'll go with that. That looks quite good. It looks quite good. Just a couple of corrections here then. These two ones here need to be 8s, and these 10s should, I want to switch these I10s back to 2s. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, the squid is quite good, isn't it? I think it works better with the, I think I prefer it for the Y though. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Okay. Well, at that point, I think we're going to call it a day, or call it a morning. It's only 6:47 here. I've got a full day's exciting work to do. So we'll close this down, and we will put on the thanks for watching. And I will say thanks for watching. Well, thanks for watching. I hope everyone's found this amusing. I'm hoping maybe next week will be the final in this batch of Yquest tutorial videos. Hopefully we'll be able to knock out the rest of the enemies just with different speeds, different fire rates, and you know, that will give us the final part of the puzzle so that we can create the remaining levels. We'll have 10 or 20 levels or something like that. I don't know how many the original had, but that's how many it will have. And you know, hopefully we'll be able to finish next week, if not maybe one more week after that, and then we'll just have to see how it goes. And at that point I will put the current version of Yquest into the sources 7-zip for anyone who wants it, and we will I'll start working out how to port it to the other Z80 based systems. We'll just have to see. The first thing I've got to do is I've got to make sure it compiles with ASM, which it should do. But anyway, as I say, hopefully everyone can have a go with it if they wish, and we'll be able to get it, get the code tweaked a little bit, but then it will become a proper tutorial series and we'll go over the code. Anyway, thanks everyone, and thanks Mark, Rob and Poulter for your comments. Very kind of you. And as I say, I hope everyone's enjoyed this. Thanks for watching today, and goodbye.